What do you do if where you live does not fit your wholesaling or real estate investing model? In this video, I tell you exactly what to do. My name is Lauren Hardy, and I am your virtual wholesaling coach. In this video, I'm going to talk about what wholesaling is and what it means to go virtual. I'm going to also talk about why some people decide to go to a virtual market. And I'm also going to get into when it might make sense for you to go virtual. What if I told you that you do not have to live in the market that you wholesale in? With my virtual real estate investing and wholesaling strategies, you can live anywhere and invest where you want. So what is wholesaling? Believe it or not, wholesaling is actually a jargon term that we throw around a lot. I have actually spoke to attorneys and told them what I do for a living, that I'm a wholesaler and I wholesale houses, and they literally look back at me with a blank stare. They have no clue what I'm talking about. It's not until I say, I do contract assignments or I assign my real estate contracts for a fee that they actually start understanding what I talk about. So basically what wholesaling is contract assignments. We are assigning our purchase agreements for a fee. Now, why do we do this? Because we make money doing it. And it also eliminates all the risk of holding the real estate. It's a really good way to get started in real estate investing, but eliminating some of the risk of holding onto property. Now, what is virtual wholesaling or virtual real estate investing? This term is coined when you are investing or wholesaling in an area that is not your backyard. Now, some people think of this as out of state, but it does not have to be out of state. It could be anywhere, maybe a couple hours away. If you live in California, for example, it could be Palm Springs or North LA. Anytime you are investing in an area that is not your immediate backyard, we call it virtual. Okay, so why do some people go virtual? Wouldn't everybody just want to work in their backyard? I mean, it's so much easier, right? Well, sometimes working in your backyard doesn't work. Like in my example, maybe your market is too competitive. Maybe there's just so many wholesalers in this market for whatever reason. I like to call those markets wholesaler or investor trendy. Or maybe you live in an area where real estate doesn't hold that much value. Maybe you live in a remote area. Maybe you live in an area with a lot of farmland or up in the mountains, and real estate doesn't really have much value there. It might make sense for you to go to the next major metro over where real estate has stronger values to invest in. Another reason, and another one that's very near and dear to my heart, is you live in an area that is too expensive. We're talking places like Miami, Southern California, Seattle, New York, areas where the purchase price of property is very high, maybe above $300,000. It might make more sense to go to another market where it's easier to find deals. Another more exciting reason to go virtual is if you're looking to expand. Now, I know plenty of people that loved investing in their backyard, and in fact, they did so well at it, they decided to go to the next major metro over, or they decided to go to another state where they heard that investing is awesome there. That might be another reason, just to be able to expand, to be able to make more money. And of course, being able to live anywhere and invest where you want is really the goal with going virtual. So if you are the type of person that maybe wants to spend their life traveling, you don't want to be tied down, or maybe there is some sort of other reason that you have to keep moving around. Maybe you have a partner that is in the military, for example, and you have to move around a lot. You need to be able to travel. Well, a virtual real estate investing model is for you then. So when does it make sense for you to go virtual? Well, if you ask me, I'm going to say it always makes sense, but that's because I'm a virtual wholesaling expert and I love the fact that I'm virtual. I love that I can close deals over the phone and I never have to leave my house. But when does it really make sense? I would say for you is if you resonate with anything I said previously. Now, at the time of filming this video, there's something going on right now. We are in a very hot real estate market. And now more than ever, I am hearing from students of mine or prospective students of mine that their market is just so competitive. You're competing with people that want to live there, you're competing with other investors that want to invest there, and you're competing with a ton of wholesalers. This is going on in all the major metros all over the country. It used to be that Southern California or some of the Florida markets were the markets that were going through this major competition situation, but now it's kind of everywhere. So I've heard more than ever that people want to be able to go virtual because they want to go to less competitive markets that are outside of those major metros. And maybe those areas take the person 2 or 3 hours to get to, but there's still very great areas to invest in, and that's where all the investors are headed towards. If that is you, then it absolutely makes sense that you learn the skills of virtual real estate investing or virtual wholesaling. So let's go in the reason why I went virtual. So if you don't know who I am, I live in Southern California. I specifically live in Orange County, California, a very, very expensive county. I think currently our average house price is $850,000. It's very expensive here, and it's very hard to make investments work. Rental investments make no sense right now. It's very hard to find any distressed inventory because everybody wants to live here. So you're actually competing with people that have cash that want to buy the fixer-upper home just because it's a little bit discounted, but not enough to make any real return out of it. So the first reason I went virtual was because I was a house flipper and I was trying to find deals and I could not find any deals. I started to get super nervous, but I realized that my friends that lived in different states weren't facing the same issues that I had. So I decided to make this business work out of state. It wasn't easy. Now, this was about 5 years ago. There wasn't any education. There were no real estate courses on it that I could find. So I had to put the pieces together on my own. But I did, and it was one of the best choices I ever made because had I not done that, I probably would be back at my full-time job and I wouldn't be that happy. After I got settled in a virtual market and I really started to put the pieces together and I was finding some success in it, I wanted to expand. I realized that now I have no limits and I can go anywhere I want. And I really got excited about that. I now had the skill to pick up and move to any market I wanted, and it was pretty easy for me at this point because of all the experience I had. Currently, and at the time of filming this video, one of the markets that I'm in is actually going through some legislative processes that is making wholesaling kind of unattractive in that particular market. Now, if you guys are living in an area that wholesaling may be unattractive because of some laws, like for example, there's some states that are making it where you have to have a special type of license, a wholesaling license. Some states are saying you have to have a real estate license. I am personally, at the time of filming this video, going through the same thing. Now, the license requirement has not passed yet, but I know that it's coming in the near future. So I set myself up in another market where this requirement is not there. And it was fairly easy because I have the skills. So if you resonate with any of the messages that I am sharing with you, I want you guys to go to www.virtualinvestingmastery.com. I have a coaching program where I coach how to go virtual in any market. I've coached over 250 students at this point, and I cannot tell you how many of them have said that they wish they just would have gone virtual sooner. Going virtual can completely change your life. So I'm gonna finish up with that, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please drop a comment in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching.